Hi everybody, I'm Sarah Black. I'm the social media manager for FIGT and I am here with my lovely colleague Isabelle Min, who volunteers on our programs committee. Hi Isabelle, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Sarah. My name is Isabelle Min and I'm part of the FIGT programs committee supporting kitchen table conversations. As a member of the committee, I will also be reviewing proposals.
Fabulous. Isabelle, thank you so much for what you do. And all the work you put in before we get to conference. The request for presenters, proposals, presentations is out at the moment. Do you get any advice for people who are maybe at home thinking about applying to present at FIGT 2020?
Yes. So if you are considering a proposal submission, I would really like to encourage and welcome you on board because you can't find a better forum than FIGT. If you're a globally mobile family, person, TCK, cross-cultural kid, expect warm welcome from us. And we can't wait to meet you. Now, it can be pretty daunting, as I used to be, but I am here to encourage you to submit your request for proposal, RFP, as this is an excellent opportunity to get involved. You may come to FIGT, but if you're a presenter, people will want to talk to you, will want to get to know you. And above all, we're very interested in your perspectives and your knowledge that you have gained. So share it with the world, share it with FIGT.
Yes, very encouraging. Please do, if you're thinking about it, just go for it. Any practical advice on the actual business? There's a form on our website that you have to complete. And also, could you tell us a little bit more about the theme this year?
Well, one of the things that we really want is, as mentioned, we want to learn from your perspectives. And we want to know how we can apply it in our real lives. I think this is the key that we're looking for. So consider your target and practical takeaways. You may submit several proposals and for several sessions that you're interested in. But remember, we're trying to give voices to as many people as possible. So as a result, it is likely that you will probably get one session to do it. So consider well how you want to bring your subject out. Will it be better for you to do a panel or to do a concurrent? Would you prefer to be more informative but informal as you engage with people through a kitchen table conversation, for example? Please consider all that before writing your proposal. And also, one of the things that we want to explain ahead of time is there are chances whereby we will consider we'll review them all and realize that there are certain similarities and that certain proposals are better put together, in which case we'll engage and ask you firsthand, would you be willing to share your program with this other person? Of course, you have a choice. And let me tell you that in my case, it worked out to a beautiful friendship. We were online day after day, preparing for it. And at the end, we actually met on location. So can you imagine the joy of actually meeting the person that you've been meeting online? And our presentation was so well received. So that's our experience, and we hope you will allow us to do that if that comes to happen.
No, that's one of the lovely things about FIGT is that the virtual becomes the real when you get into that room in Bangkok. We have a theme this year, which is embracing and bridging differences. Can you tell us a little bit about what people should be thinking about? Obviously, your RFP should actually address the theme. That's a big one, right?
Yes. And this year's theme is fabulous. From my own perspective, I don't know how they created it, but from my own perspective, embracing and bridging differences is a theme that anybody can reach out and explain as well. So my take on it is, the reason why I think it's fabulous is because embracing, it's about me embracing. It's an attitude that I bring. So that's a perspective. It's our openness. And we can explain, how are you open? How do we open? Whereas the bridging part is the actionable part, what it is that we can do to bridge it. So a lot of tools, a lot of possibilities. So embracing and bridging differences. And so you can bring attitudes, you can bring tools, a myriad of things, and we'll embrace you with those themes.
Thank you. Practical tips. I know that you mentioned to me that sometimes there's a simple mistake or simple omission that people make in their application forms, is cut and pasting their synopsis into their description.
Yes, that's a very important part that we talked about. So oftentimes we see people just out of haste cutting and pasting the synopsis, the 100-word, into the description. And that's really hard for the review committee to really understand what it is that you're planning to do with us. So the synopsis will be used with your bio to on the application that we will use on site, so that the participants may read which sessions they want to go into. Whereas the description is for the review committee to understand how you want to take this process for the people to really take away what they need to take away. So please explain to us, make it visual, help us understand what it is that you intend to do through the session. And that will be very important. Another thing that I want to stress is please meet the deadline. This year's deadline is Sunday, September 15th. So it's a Sunday, so you may all, according to your, even if you're working, you can spend that time to prepare that. Mm. And I also want to stress that what we don't, it's hard when we see that you are there to promote your own business. And unfortunately, that doesn't work for you. After all, we all have businesses. Many of us have a reason to be there. We understand that. Mm-hmm. But the way to build relationship at FIGT is to be there and actually meet the people. And over the long term, it pays off. It goes much deeper than just promoting. Yeah. So please, we encourage you to consider what it is that you are actually sharing that will be helpful for the other person, not for the immediate return on investment.
Yeah. No, I think you said to me before is that the attitude to come with is one of service. And that's our approach to how content is created, that there has to be an element that benefits everybody at conference, which I have to say as an attendee, that's something I very much appreciate. So anything else you want to share with anybody at home who is looking at that blank RFP form and thinking maybe they might submit?
It's daunting for sure. I've been there. I've submitted several RFPs and I've presented several times as well over the years. And I know how many of the people will be tempted, but at the same time hesitant. Mm. But don't worry, it's not a difficult process. Just put your thoughts into description, put some thoughts into the synopsis, and just along the way, once we have it, we'll take good care. We'll really review with our heart. And then once you're accepted, we'll guide you along the way, every step along the way until we meet. So we look forward to your RFPs.
Thank you, Isabelle. Either up here or down there, depending what social media channel you're on, will be the link to our application form. There is a ton of information on our website about the theme, how to apply, how the whole process works. The programs team has done an amazing job getting all of that together in one place. Thank you so much for the work that you are about to do starting after the deadline on the 15th. And also, as long as it is the 15th somewhere in the world, we are still accepting RFPs until we hit the 16th everywhere. So don't worry about time zones. But we know that you will hopefully have lots and lots of very different applications to read. And so we wish you luck with that process. And thank you for the hard work. And I look forward to seeing you in person in Bangkok next year.
Indeed, Sarah. We'll see each other soon.
All right. Thank you so much, Isabelle. Bye.
Bye.